Hey everyone, and welcome back to the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast. I'm Samuel Harrison, and I am so ready to jump in to today's deep dive.
You know it, with blood pressure monitors becoming,
As common as smartphones these days.
exactly. So it's no surprise people have tons of questions.
Especially about insurance.
Yeah, will insurance actually cover these things?
So that's exactly what we're talking about today.
Blood pressure monitors.
And will your insurance help you pay for them?
And you know it's not as straightforward as you'd think.
Right. Just because they're everywhere doesn't mean insurance companies are just like...
Yeah, here's money to buy one.
Right.
There's still medical devices.
Right.
And coverage is tricky.
So it's not like I can just walk into a store,
Right.
pick one up and be like...
Here's my insurance card.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little more complicated than that.
Like, what goes into deciding if I can get one covered?
Well, first you got to think about your insurance provider.
Okay.
Every company has their own policies about what they will and won't cover.
So, like, my friend could have their monitor completely covered.
Right.
But mine might not be.
Exactly.
Just because we have different insurance companies.
Yeah, and even within the same company, it depends on your plan.
Oh, so like HMO versus PPO.
Yes, different rules for different plans.
Okay.
And then you have medical necessity.
Okay. What does that even mean?
So does your doctor think you actually need this to manage a health condition?
So if I just want to keep an eye on my blood pressure,
Yeah.
just for fun,
They're probably not going to cover that.
they want to see that a doctor's like, you need this.
Exactly, a prescription.
Okay.
And even then, there's deductibles and co-payments.
Oh, right.
So even with coverage, you might still have out-of-pocket costs.
So how do I even figure out if I'm covered?
It's detective work. Start with your insurance policy.
I should probably read that, huh?
I know it's long and confusing,
Yeah.
but it's the best place to start to see what's covered.
Okay, so step one, read the policy.
And watch out for pre-authorization requirements.
Pre-authorization.
Yeah, some companies want you to get approval before you buy anything.
Oh, so I can't just pick one out and then be like,
Hope this is covered.
Okay.
You might need a prescription from your doctor.
And send it to the insurance company first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like we said before, keep in mind those out-of-pocket costs.
Yeah, deductibles, co-payments, all that.
Even if they cover some, you might still have to pay something.
Okay, and then what was the last thing you said?
Oh, supplier specificity.
What's that?
Some plans only work with certain suppliers.
So they're like,
You can only buy from these stores.
Okay.
So make sure you check that too.
okay, this is a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, but now you know what to look for.
What if I do all that
Right.
and my insurance still won't cover a monitor?
Don't worry, there are other options.
Really? Like what?
Have you heard of FSAs and HSAs?
Maybe.
They're accounts you can use to pay for healthcare.
Oh, and the money comes out before taxes.
Exactly.
So it's like a discount.
But not everyone can use those right. It depends on your insurance and your job.
Okay, so check with work and with my insurance.
Yeah, and if those aren't an option, you can always pay out of pocket.
Okay.
But don't worry, monitors can be pretty affordable.
Like how affordable are we talking?
Some basic ones are under $50.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible.
And even the fancy ones are usually under $100.
So less than a new smartphone.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that makes me feel better.
And some manufacturers even have discounts or financial assistance.
Really?
Yeah, it's worth checking their websites.
Okay, so FSAs, HSAs paying out-of-pocket manufacturer discounts.
Yep.
What about local programs?
That depends where you live.
So check with like,
Your local health department or
Yeah.
community centers.
and then my doctor or insurance rep could probably help too.
Absolutely. They can give you personalized advice.
Okay, great. I feel much better about this now.
I'm glad.
So now let's talk about the monitors themselves.
Yeah. Are there some that insurance likes more than others?
Are there like the popular kids?
Yes. Like the Oxalign Pressure X Pro, the Check Me BP2, and the Cordio Arm.
Okay, let's start with the Oxalign Pressure X Pro.
Okay, so this one is a little techy.
Okay.
It connects to a smartphone app.
Oh, wow. So I can track every step.
Exactly, and it stores up to 21 readings.
And I can share that with my doctor easily.
Yep, just like sending them a text.
Okay, that's awesome.
And it can even support multiple users.
So like my whole family could use it.
Exactly.
Okay, what about the Check Me VP2?
This one is all about portability.
Oh, nice.
It's super small and lightweight.
So I can take it with me when I travel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Super easy to use, just one button.
Nice.
And it has a large display that's easy to read.
And how many readings does it store?
It can hold 50 readings.
Wow, that's even more than the Oxalign.
Right.
Okay. And last but not least, the Cardio Arm.
This one is the stylish one.
Oh, really?
Sleek, modern design.
Like a gadget, not a medical device.
Exactly. But it's still super accurate.
And it connects to an app too, right?
Yep, all the bells and whistles.
Nice.
But the best part is it's FDA approved
Okay.
and recognized by the American Heart Association.
So like it has a gold star from the experts.
Exactly.
Wow, okay, these are some great options.
Yeah,
This has been super helpful already,
I'm glad.
but there's still so much more to talk about.
Right. This is just the beginning.
We're going to dive even deeper into the world of blood pressure monitors
We'll talk about the different types.
and how to choose the right one for you.
And, of course, the importance of validation.
So stay tuned for more.
We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast. Ready for round 2 of our blood pressure monitor deep dive.
You bet. Last time we covered insurance.
All those crazy rules.
There's so many rules.
But now let's actually talk about the monitors themselves.
Yeah. How do you choose the right one for you?
So many options out there.
It can be overwhelming.
Tell me about it.
So first you have manual blood pressure monitors.
Manual.
Yeah, the old school ones with the stethoscope.
Oh, the ones a doctor uses.
Exactly. You pump up the cuff yourself and listen for the sounds.
That sounds kind of hard.
It takes some practice.
So maybe not for beginners.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, so what else is there?
Then you have the automatic monitors.
Oh, okay.
These are much easier to use.
How do those work?
You just put on the cuff, press a button, and it does everything for you.
And it shows you the numbers.
Yep, digital display.
Okay, that sounds much easier.
And many of them have extra features, too.
Like what?
Irregular heartbeat detection memory storage for multiple readings.
Ooh, fancy.
And then within automatic monitors, you have wrist and upper arm monitors.
Okay, what's the difference?
Wrist monitors are smaller and more portable.
So easier to take with you.
Exactly, but they can be less accurate than upper arm monitors.
Really? Why is that?
They're further from your heart and more sensitive to movement.
Oh, so if I move my wrist around, it could mess up the reading.
Yep,
Okay, so upper arm monitors are more accurate.
generally, yes.
Okay, makes sense.
But some people prefer wrist monitors because they're more convenient.
So it's really up to personal preference.
Exactly. Find what works best for you.
Okay, anything else I should consider?
Cuff size is super important.
How do I know what size I need?
Most manufacturers have guidelines based on your arm circumference.
Okay, so measure my arm and then check the guidelines.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then you want to make sure the monitor is validated.
Validation.
Yeah, it means it's been tested and meets accuracy standards.
Oh, so it's like a seal of approval.
Exactly. You don't want to use a monitor that's giving you wrong readings.
Right, that would be bad.
You can usually find validation info on the manufacturer's website.
Okay, so check the website for validation.
And then think about features.
Like what kind of features?
Some store multiple readings so you can track your progress.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that before.
Some detect irregular heartbeats.
Okay, that's important.
And some connect to smartphone apps so you can see all your data.
That's cool.
So many options.
It's like building your own blood pressure monitoring system.
Exactly.
Okay, so type of monitor cuff size validation features?
Yep, you got it.
I feel like I'm ready to go buy one right now.
Hold on. One more important thing.
What's that?
Talk to your doctor.
Oh, right.
They can help you choose the right monitor for your needs.
And make sure I'm using it correctly?
Yep. And they can help you interpret the readings.
Because those numbers can be confusing.
Exactly. So don't go it alone.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
All right, so we've covered a lot in this part.
Different types of monitors, cuff size validation features, and talking to your doctor.
This is great.
And don't forget those resources we mentioned before.
Like manufacturer websites and validation organizations.
Yep, they have a ton of information.
All right, so keep learning and stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive.
We'll be back with more tips and final thoughts.
Can't wait. All right, welcome back to the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast. It's the final part of our blood pressure monitor deep dive.
We've covered so much ground already.
Insurance, different types of monitors, what to look for.
It's been a journey.
But before we wrap up,
Right.
let's go over some final tips.
Yeah, some actionable advice to help you on your blood pressure journey.
Okay, so first things first.
Remember that monitoring your blood pressure is about more than just getting numbers.
Right. It's about understanding your heart health.
Exactly. You're getting a glimpse into how your heart is doing.
And if insurance is an issue,
Yeah.
we talked about all those other options.
FSAs, HSAs, manufacturer discounts.
There's a way to make it work.
Exactly. Don't let finances stop you from taking care of your health.
Okay, so now you've got your monitor.
Right?
What's next?
Take good care of it.
Like how?
Follow the instructions.
Okay.
Make sure the cuff fits right.
Right. Like we talked about before.
And be consistent with your readings.
So like same time every day.
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
That way you can see any trends or changes over time.
Okay. And what about when I get a high reading?
Don't panic.
Okay, good to know.
Talk to your doctor.
All right, they can help me figure out what it means.
Exactly. One high reading doesn't necessarily mean you have high blood pressure.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
And remember, your monitor is just one tool.
Right.
Lifestyle choices are super important too.
Okay, so like diet and exercise.
Exactly. Those things can make a big difference.
And manage stress.
Yes, stress can definitely impact blood pressure.
Okay, good to know.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
For my doctor,
Yeah, or your pharmacist, or even look online at reputable sources.
like the American Heart Association.
Yep, they have tons of information.
Okay, so monitor lifestyle information.
It's all connected.
It's all about taking control of your health.
Exactly.
Well, that wraps up our blood pressure monitor deep dive.
I hope you learned a lot,
I know I did.
and we hope you feel empowered to take charge of your heart health.
I'm Samuel Harrison
And I'm Olivia Harper.
from the TheEMTSpot's Blood Pressure Podcast.
Thanks for joining us.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with anyone who might find it helpful.
See you next time.